To whom it may concern, I'm sure you've noticed my absence from all things involving your family, which has benefited you as you have gossiped, slandered and defamed me and my family. Surprisingly, I have yet to have anyone reach out to me and ask me about my life, if I'm okay, if I'm abused or if they can help in any way. 13 years ago I married your son, and I knew you weren't happy about that, but I had no idea you actually wanted bad things for us, and would work to make sure those things happen. You are happy when we are struggling, and you have been spreading lies about me and my marriage since the beginning. I'm sure it was difficult to explain how we were still together and thriving after years of you making up stories about us. After realizing all of this, I feel relief. I see the patterns and how much work was put into painting me as a bad person, and I am very relieved that I don't have to do that to anyone. I don't have to paint you or anyone else in a bad light, because your light is your light. Good or bad, it will be seen for what it is. Sure, things can be masked for a while, but eventually the truth comes out. My complete silence as you have worked to destroy my entire world is in no way due to fear or cowardice on my part. Why would I fear someone who chooses the most innocent and helpless people, children, to take out their anger on? I won't lower myself to the level of those who do not deserve my attention, let alone my emotions. As I was shown the evil that is present in our daily lives disguised as family and friends, I have felt empowered. I have peace knowing that we do not believe in the same God or share the same beliefs. No book would convince me to harm children or have me believe that God is what the Bible says. Nothing about the Bible is loving or speaks to the God I have known and experienced from a very young age. It is eagerly accepted by those who abuse and then brainwash into the children they raise. You, Carla, are a bad person, yes, but to tell children they are bad and don't deserve love but should be thankful God gives it anyway is sickening. It takes a special kind of evil to do what you continue to do. Sure, you know what to say so others think you are caring and loving, but God knows your heart. He knows your actual intentions as well as mine. It's been shown in all the stories and movies we've heard and seen our entire lives, the bad guy never wins. So I'm not sure why you think all of this will end well for you. Probably because you have a huge family that believes everything you tell them, but just like us, they will start to break free and see the truth. I fully trust in the universe and how the truth will be known, so there is no space for anger or fear in my life. If I allow your actions and words to affect me, I am giving you power over me. So, from the moment I finish this letter, I won't give you another thought, and I will live a very happy, successful life that you will have no knowledge of. Your thoughts and beliefs about me are yours, and the energy spent trying to tear my family apart will be shifted to our benefit. I'm very thankful that Grace didn't form an attachment to you early on, so thank you for not going out of your way to come see us or be helpful after she was born. The fact that she has had little to no contact with you guys has allowed her to have a healthy and strong self-confidence, along with amazing boundaries with others. All things you don't allow people close to you to have. I'm very proud of my family and the people we are. We do not use shame, guilt or fear in our home. There is no name calling or hitting either, especially not to children. Yes, over the years we have had our issues. Everyone does, but those issues stem from a child only seeing conflict handled one way his entire life. When you are called names, told you are bad, food taken away is punishment, made to stand there while being screamed at and berated, unable to speak up for yourself, hit and spanked while everyone gathered around to watch. That was what Micah thought love was, because you told him that with your words and actions. He was more afraid to dishonor you than he was of being beaten, probably because it's terrifying when an adult constantly asks a small child, "Do you want to die?" This is a small child we are talking about, terrified, not knowing if he would be able to eat on a consistent basis, or if he would drive his mother to beating him to death. Side note, for those listening to this letter, I encourage you to look up Blanket Training, the IBLP, in the book To Train Up a Child by Michael and Debbie Pearl, so you can have an understanding of how my husband was abused as a child. Back to the letter. I married an incredibly strong man, in spite of how hard you tried to break him. Deep down he's still the little boy who was hurt by those that were supposed to love him and teach him. Instead he was shamed and asked, "How old are you?" like he should just come out of the womb with all the knowledge of an adult. He was very angry after years of trauma and abuse, but he is learning how to process his emotions, something he was not able to do as a child, and he should have been taught. You'd think someone with a master's degree that works with children for a living would know that, but I've come to understand that narcissists have no way of teaching things that they do not know anything about. They do not feel most emotions, and especially not empathy, so they have none for anyone else. They do, however, over time study those around them, and they learn how to fake the other emotions. I'm sure it's things like this that has had you disliking me from the beginning. Micah and I are both truth tellers, and that is a narcissist's biggest fear, the truth. I never would have thought you would have gone to the lengths you have to try and destroy my family. The accusations made were beyond shocking, and it showed who you truly are as a person, as a mother and as a grandmother. I hope you never experience what we experienced because of the lies you told. I hope you and your children never have your door bashed in the middle of the night and have guns pointed at you. I hope you are never slammed onto the ground and your arms jerked up behind you while a sheriff's deputy says horrible things to you as your child watches and cries. You did that to my family by knowingly telling lies and reporting things that anyone who knew us would never think to be true. We have learned firsthand how corrupt the county we live in is, that they can and will falsify records, break down your door without a warrant, and when they find nothing to justify why they did those things, they will plant the evidence there and move forward in the legal process of ruining your life and taking away your child. As I said, I won't hold on to any bad feelings towards you or the rest of the family because you won't cross my mind ever again. As hard as you try, you will never have the ability to affect my life again. I know God had me experience the sick, twisted things you do to everyone close to you, especially kids, because part of my purpose in this life is to heal those you personally have destroyed. Micah won't be the last one that comes to me and finds a safe place to process and heal. It was very smart of you to become part of the system that is supposed to protect children, but rarely ever does. You know exactly what to say and do so that they don't listen to a kid saying he is abused by you. You know to put him in an Indiana hospital instead of an Illinois hospital. Why do you hate boys so much? Why adopt children when your children are all grown, and everyone who truly knows you can't stand them? You play the role of a good-hearted woman who is saving kids from unfit parents, but the sad, sick truth is you made a point to take in children who have already lived some sort of trauma at an early age just so you could abuse them and traumatize them yourself. Then of course, if they are brave enough to speak up about what you do to them, like Jackson was, you have the story of how they had things happen to them early on before they came to you, so then no one takes what they say seriously. I know you don't have a conscience, but eventually one of the flying monkeys you have brainwashed will grow, one and slowly the next and the next. It's going to be very lonely when all you have is your anger and made up stories about everyone. I know that people always get what they deserve, and I look forward to the day you do.